Jeff and Jeremy. It's like a radiogasm.
I said, hey, babe, check it out on the podcast.
Apple Podcast, Google Podcast,
And Spotify.
all this is going viral.
Watch Paula Abdul on American Idol. She's back.
American Idol still around?
What's that?
Is that show still around?
Yeah, they brought it back. Where have you been? See, you got rid of cable and satellite, and this is the problem.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're missing out on some
Once
of the big
people
things.
started wearing costumes and going out there and singing under
The Mask?
yeah
Singer?
I think that
Different show, but-
that totally trumps American Idol.
Well, Paula's back
how extreme
because
can you get?
Paula's back because what's his face? Your boy, Luke Austin. What did you call him? He's got COVID.
Brian Elliott, I don't know, Chase Elliott,
Chase Elliott. Can you imagine Chase Elliott?
Brian Earnhardt
Turned out to be a great country singer. This is.
We are delighted to welcome a
There he is,
guest
Ryan.
judge joining Lionel and Katie, the one and only Paula Abdul. Welcome back to American Idol. We have so many stories. How does it feel to be sitting back here on this set for you?
Well, I'm so excited to be sitting with Katie and Lionel, friends that I adore. But for me, it's like, if I'm being honest, it's kind of nostalgic.
She still sounds the same.
Lionel.
I don't know if I'm really interested in Paula without.
Oh yeah, you have to have Simon there.
Simon. Yeah,
You have to. I mean, it's just,
I was going to say Randy, but it's Simon. Yeah,
well, even Randy at that point.
I'm kidding.
What's wrong
Randy
with
was a
Randy?
joke.
Randy was a joke, man. He was with Journey for like a year, and he was like, "Yeah, I was with Journey." I mean, he still, it was like not. It was like in the lean years, like like
The ballad years.
when everything was like falling apart in the band.
After the big ballad years.
He's like, "I could be a judge of that show. I was in Journey for a year." He parlayed that into a nice little career, man. Yeah, he was a joke. You're right. Sorry. I hear you, dog.
Yeah.
Remember, I hear you, dog.
But I don't know. I mean, there might still be good
Would you rather
Paula Abdul moments. I'm not watching American Idol either, by the way. I know that it came back, but my mom watches it. I get the update from her. She also does The Voice, The Masked Singer.
Look, Luke Bryan's a country star that looks like Butthead, right?
Yes.
From Beavis and Butthead?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he does. Yes,
Okay.
he does.
Yeah, butt rock.
Yeah.
That's all
butt
Beavis.
rock.
That's
Butt
Beavis.
rock. Yeah.
That's
No
Beavis.
Butthead in that at all.
No Butthead.
Oh.
That's all Beavis.
You know, they're bringing Beavis and Butthead back.
Yeah, how did they do? Oh, it's on Paramount. I have for the sheer volume of ads I am delivered and it being crammed down my throat left and right, I am canceling Paramount Plus in my household.
So does that mean that
It
you're
is
not watching
ridiculous.
Big Sky?
No, I'm not watching anything on Paramount
Did you know
Plus.
Big Sky was? It was about the truck driver that's kidnapping the girls.
No.
And then the cops go, oh my God, I'm into it big time.
So you got Paramount Plus?
Oh, I got it all.
You have Paramount Plus.
I got it all.
Why did you get Paramount Plus?
Because we just say yes at my
You know
house.
what? You know what Paramount Plus is? Paramount Plus is that dog of a CBS All Access that we were deadpanning at the end of the year.
I don't
They
know
just
if I have that.
rebranded it.
I'm kidding. I DVR it on my DirecTV. I have Paramount in my channel package. So when Big Sky comes on, I can record it. And so I think it was on last
So
night.
CBS
Or tonight,
owns
I
a
can't
streaming platform called Pluto TV that I watch a lot of.
remember. Free stuff on.
Yeah, I watch a lot of free stuff. They have a game show that I like, and they like to play them over and over and over.
What do they have that I would like? I don't like game shows.
They have all the news sources that you need.
I don't like news anymore. 2020's turned me off the news.
You've never been. Have you ever watched Newsmax? You'd like Newsmax.
I have not.
A little Stinchfield going on there.
I have Pluto. I'll have to go check it out.
Get some Stinchfield.
Are they still doing
Yeah.
Survivor Man marathons? Didn't you tell me they were doing that?
Ooh, yeah, but I don't know if they still are. They do it's like kind of like a
You know what I'm into now?
Kind of like you go to the poorhouse and you had a beer there like 3 months ago, but then they have rotating taps.
Sure.
And then you go to get that beer again. And they're like, sorry, that's rotating tap. They don't have that.
You are the king of product placement, by the way.
Why is that?
Because the Poorhouse just signed on to sponsor Suzanne's Live at 5.
I would love new sponsors at the radio
I've never
station.
heard you say Poorhouse before, ever on the radio.
I love new sponsors.
And the fact that you cut the ad, but
well, if I
I'm sorry.
didn't have to cut the ad,
Listen,
I wouldn't have known.
I'm calling you out on it because you would call me out if I did the same thing, and you know it. So I'm just going to call you out.
I think it's a great alignment. They're very smart for sponsoring Live at 5. We do live music. They do live music. I mean, come on.
But I'll tell you what I'm into now is YouTube.
If we had a pool table and a dartboard here, it would be even better.
So many good documentaries on YouTube, and the commercials you can skip in 4 seconds.
Can we get a pool table and a dartboard in the studio so you and I can play pool while Suzanne plays like live music from the Doors and AC/DC and all that stuff at 5 o'clock? And
why
then
would we do this?
Because they're sponsoring the Live at 5. We get a pool table, we get a dartboard. Okay. I mean, then we all have a good time.
Okay. Are you done?
Hey,
Sorry,
listen,
I brought it up.
Paramount Plus is going to be jammed down my throat. I'm going to jam the poorhouse down.
Nobody's jamming anything down your throat. I'm trying to tell you about YouTube.
So Pluto TV. I'm going back to what I was talking about. I don't care about YouTube.
I'm telling you, I'm trying to tell you about YouTube because it's great. There's a lot of great
let me tell you how
documentaries.
I know. I know. You've said this. You've said this for 3 months now. You're addicted to YouTube. I get
really
that.
Hooked on.
I get that. But what Paramount Plus does on Pluto TV, which is owned by CBS and Viacom, okay, which is also the owners of Paramount Plus, they have a channel on there that's like Paramount Limited, and it gives you little tasters of the shows that are on the Paramount Limited. But then you'll be watching a show on Pluto TV, and it will cut into the video feed of your show with like a blank screen that says, check out the latest such and such show on Paramount Plus. Would you like to see a preview? No, I'm watching The Price is Right reruns, you jackass.
So Pluto TV isn't that good.
Paramount Plus is so intrusive. It is ridiculous.
You're never going to do Paramount Plus.
Never ever get mad at me for just shameless plugs about the poorhouse, okay?
I'm not. I just said it was great
Paramount
product placement.
Plus is so intrusive. It is ridiculous. It's like and it's like critical moments too. Like it's like I'll be watching Cliffhanger during Price is Right, and then like he's inching up to 19, 20, 21, and then all of a sudden, boom! Would you like to check out this show on Paramount Plus? It's like, get off the friggin' TV! It's so annoying. Yes, that right there.
Now on Paramount Plus Limited. And now back to your scheduled programming.
God, it's so annoying. Like, I get it. You want the grab that Netflix and Hulu and Peacock have, but you're not going to get it with SpongeBob SquarePants and Big Sky, okay?
Another product placement plug. It's 1122 Speakeasy and Pappy McGregor's. Every day you can win a $25 gift card if you know the show just from listening to this dribble.
It's drivel.
Whoa!
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Jeff, Jeremy here, and some new news that is a little bit disturbing. Don't like this.
It's a sensor, that tiny green thing in there. You put it underneath your skin, and what that tells you is that there are chemical reactions going on inside the body, and that signal means you're going to have symptoms tomorrow. Yeah, it's like a check engine light.
That is a Pentagon scientist talking about a new Defense Advanced Research Project called DARPA. Remember the Dharma Initiative? This is the DARPA Initiative.
Oh, okay, sweet.
They've created a microchip.
Nothing menacing about that.
A microchip to be inserted under your skin, which will detect, they say, COVID-19 infection before you show symptoms. The day before. What the hell? Are you kidding me? Now they're trying to talk us into getting microchipped. Which, that's not good. That's not good. I don't want to be microchipped. I don't want anything microchipping me. There's also a filter that can be remove the virus from the blood when attached to a dialysis machine. You can click here for more on that story. It says, I don't know. I don't want to. The DARPA Initiative. The Defense Advanced Research Project Agency.
Can we be surprised about anything? I want to be surprised when I'm sick or somebody else is sick. You know? We're going to not.
Isn't this just an excuse to microchip you? And who knows what else is in this microchip and what kind of information they're getting? Oh yeah, it's to detect COVID. Wait, hold on. I'm not even excited about the vaccine.
It's a sensor, that tiny green thing in there. You put it underneath your skin, and what that tells you is that there are chemical reactions going on inside the body, and that signal means you're going to have symptoms tomorrow. Yeah, it's like a check engine light.
It's like a check engine light. You want a check engine light? I don't think I'm ready for that yet.
This is as close as I can get from back here.
Yeah, I don't want to check engine light.
What were you doing there? What was that?
Playing the wrong thing.
Okay. Just
that's what I meant to play. Dude, it's so crazy. I mean,
a microchip you. They want to microchip you.
Yeah. The council has spoken. I mean, this pandemic is going to have far more negative after effects to it than it did while we were in it. Because it's an excuse
where
to
we
develop
I mean, yesterday,
stuff like this.
People were calling me crazy because I believe that we are going to see this vaccine passport thing happen. And that's one of the main reasons I want to get the vaccine is so I can go on and do everything everybody else can.
By doing that, you're playing into their...
I'm already in the game!
What about the resistance? You need the resistance. If you don't have the resistance, then you have a hostile takeover.
What happened to the resistance in this movie?
I don't know. You know, this is one of the weird movies that I really liked. And I watched, remember how they split up? So I have a speaking of resistance, I have a resistance to a money grab when it comes to a movie franchise. And when they split up the finale into two parts, nothing annoys me more than that. And that's what they did with the Hunger Games, right? It was supposed to be 3 movies, but then they're like, oh, we're making a lot of money off this Hunger Games thing. Let's go ahead and split up the finale into 2, doubling our money on that one. So I only watched the first part of the finale of the Hunger Games. I did not watch the very last movie. Is that pathetic?
No, I don't think I have either.
Oh, really?
It's a good one to go back and watch them all
again. I think it has
again.
a happy ending.
Oh, well, that's good news.
I don't know. Beats me. Don't tell us because eventually I think we'll get around to watching it. Oh, it's just like a check engine light. Don't worry about it.
Wake up.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
So, Las Vegas, they're actually going to ban non-functional grass. I had to look into this a little bit. Like, what does that mean?
Turf?
No, they're going to encourage turf. They want to save on water. They're in the desert. Grass takes a lot of water in the desert to survive. Where my folks live in Lake Havasu, a couple hours from Vegas, they have a lot of turf there. And I want to have turf. They have the best turf. So their turf in the backyard is not only does it have, it's dug out very deep, several feet down with drain rock, gravel, sand, and then this mat, and then a screen, and then the turf. And it's got all this drainage in it. So literally, if it rains, you could hose it down, and it'll all sink in. So the dog goes to the bathroom on it, pees on it, then they can just rinse it down. It won't, smell or anything. But it goes into the ground. No, it's better. It absorbs better, faster, and more efficiently than soil does, than sod does, for your dog, for urine and things like that. So they're asking.
Isn't that expensive?
It was a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, because I think they paid $5,000 and they just have a couple of. It looks like a couple of small greens. Mm-hmm. Like a putting green.
That's smaller than a putting green.
Oh, much smaller.
By a lot.
Oh, like less than a quarter.
Like an eighth.
Sure.
That's the kind of.
I'm not good with math.
I didn't do well
geometry.
The KZOZ listener understands is the eighth.
Yeah, because they use a lot of tape measures on this, right? An eighth of an inch.
No, just an eighth. It's a term that is
used a lot in construction.
No, KZOZ listeners, other things.
God, you're such a jackass.
If you could measure it,
why do you always got to assume everybody's high?
If you could measure it by 20 sacks, then it would be a good form of measurement. But you can't do that.
They say ornamental grass requires 4 times as much water as drought-tolerant landscaping like cactus or other succulents. Yeah. So, Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? I'm so pro. I want to get turf at my house.
That's because you're lazy.
No, I'm not lazy.
You don't want to cut the grass. You don't want to deal with the weeds. You don't want to deal with any of that.
You're right.
So
I don't. I have other things to do. I'm a traveler. I like to
Doesn't
fish.
it get hot?
Doesn't
the
hobbies.
grass get hot?
No.
The fake grass get hot? How do you cool it down?
I mean, yes, it does.
115-degree heat.
It does get a little bit hot. You hose it with water, just like you would do the grass.
Yeah, but grass stays cool.
Yeah, that's true.
For the most part, unless it dies. Then it's hot and hard.
Yeah. I mean, when you're in the desert like that, everything gets hot.
Yes. So it's like, I mean, at least this is what I worry about. Is we're not going to, like, doesn't grass release oxygen into the air? Isn't that good for the environment? You're telling me that not being able to release oxygen into the air is a good thing? You'd rather have plastic?
No.
Plastic laying around
you can
everywhere?
put a cactus in or a tree or something, and
Rocks.
it'll create oxygen. They say that by ripping it
by the
out.
way, I'd love to know how much water on a daily basis the casinos use in Vegas.
Well, they estimate they can reduce the annual water consumption by about roughly 15%, save about 14 gallons per person.
85% of Las Vegas's water usage is
14 gallons per person per day. So what's the population of Las Vegas? Times that by 14 gallons. That's how much water they'll save. Yeah, it's a lot. And you're right, the casinos use a lot of water. Of course, they're massive.
They're massive, and they have water. Water. It's just,
we live in a situation where we don't have a lot of water.
Look at the Venetian.
What about the Venetian? They recycle that water. Come on. Just like car washes, they recycle it. It's a recycle ferry.
Yeah, I don't understand this whole recycling the water thing. Like,
have you been to the car wash and not hit the? I have to hit the recirculate because it stinks so bad.
Well, if you
I'm like, this is cleaning my car. It smells like I'm swimming through sewage.
If you get there early in the morning,
it stinks.
Yes, and I know this because I used to work. I used to have a car wash attached to the work, and early morning, oh man, it was the worst. And it was the job of the people the night before to clean out the trap area, and there would be bacteria that gets in that trap area.
Yeah, it doesn't smell very good. Anyways, so you could do your part and save water. Right. Now, obviously, we probably don't go through 14 gallons of water per day because we don't have the heat that they have. But we're in a drought situation.
North County does, and the water tables it's taxed because of the the growing that goes up there. So yeah.